One of the greatest role models for Mexican-American students had to leave teaching before she could make a difference in their education. Dolores Huerta is a Latina hero and inspiration to those she fought for. I chose to study her life because I believe grassroots involvement is vital for good schools. Children need people to look up to, people who are from their culture they can be proud of, so they can feel good enough to overcome the challenges that face them. She stood up for the rights of farm laborers because she fought for education. Dolores Clara Fernandez was born in 1930 in Dawson, New Mexico. Her parents were Juan Fernandez, a farm worker and miner, and Alicia Chavez, a strong woman who served her community. She would grow up to become Dolores Huerta, one of the most famous labor activists of the 20th century, fighting to improve conditions for farm laborers. Dolores' parents divorced when she was 3. Her mother moved Dolores and her 2 brothers to Stockton, California. Her mom was a profound influence in Dolores' life. Times were hard, and her mother worked 2 jobs to support them, but always made sure they participated in extracurricular activities and music lessons. Despite being a good student at school, Dolores was discriminated against. Once a teacher accused her of stealing another student's work because she did not believe Dolores could have done the work herself because of her ethnicity. She went on to get a teaching degree, but did not teach long before she resigned. "I quit because I couldn't stand seeing kids come to class hungry and needing shoes. I thought I could do more by organizing farm workers than by trying to teach their hungry children." She would later call this the most important decision in her life. I admire the strength and clarity this must have taken. It is one thing to see the problems that cause a child to fail in the educational system, and quite another to eliminate these obstacles. There are always children whose lives teachers feel powerless to change. The fact that Huerta looked at those children and decided she could change their circumstances is legend. Dolores was always involved in the Latino cause, but in the 1960s she would meet her friend, fellow labor leader, and future partner in activism, Cesar Chavez. The two would quickly become a team to be reckoned with. Huerta and Chavez wanted to help Mexican-American farm laborers rather than focus on urban issues. United Farm Workers was born. In 1965, their first big battle came, taking on the Coachella Valley grape growers. Chavez organized a massive strike of all farm workers, and Huerta negotiated for better contracts for the workers. This became the way the partnership worked. Chavez was a charismatic frontman, Huerta the tough-as-nails negotiator and organizer. The Spanish word huelga, or strike, became the battle cry of farm workers nationally. Protests organized by Huerta always emphasized nonviolence to protect the children present, as farm labor was a family affair. After 5 years of strikes, UFW signed a historic agreement with 26 grape growers that improved the work conditions for laborers. Huerta never rested. In the 70s, she organized a national lettuce boycott and was instrumental in the passage of the 1975 Agricultural Relations Act, which recognized the rights of farm workers to collectively bargain. She is still making an impact today with the Dolores Huerta Foundation. Her voice remains strong, speaking out on issues in education, suggesting that the rich Latino culture be used to improve education rather than viewed as something to be stripped away. She rails against what she calls elimination culture, where students who do not have economic and support opportunities do not make it in the system and end up in prison. She's concerned there's not enough in school curriculum showing the contributions of Latinos. Her fears are warranted. In 2010, the Texas Board of Education voted to remove her from the textbooks, proof that the kind of deculturalization and discrimination she fought is alive and well. Huerta fought against the things that held children back from educational success, and in doing so became a hero to Latin parents and children everywhere. To say she impacted education is an understatement. I think of her as the woman who moved a mountain for the child who came into her classroom hungry and without shoes. Sí, se puede. Yes, it is possible.
Created using Powtoon.